exchange infrastructure or process integration as a PO, process orchestration. Okay, go to next slide. See, in this slide, I will explain you what is the need of integration tool in the real time. In this slide, you can see left side, the application, which is a Java application. The right side application is a SAP application. These two applications need to communicate each other. The Java application is running on Microsoft 2000 platform, and SAP application is running on Unix platform. And the Java application is installed on IBM server. SAP application is on HP server. Now, the Java application need to communicate with SAP application without any integration or middleware tool in between them. They cannot communicate each other. So you need to have one integration tool like a process integration or exchange infrastructure in between them, which will act as a glue between these two applications and will provide integration by using the common interface. Go to next slide. These are the leading integration technologies available nowadays in the market, like BizTalk, Business Integration, Web Methods, Mercator, TIBCO, Oracle, Informatica, and finally SAP Exchange Infrastructure or Process Integration, PA. Go to next slide. In slide, this is the pictorial diagram of SAP NetWeaver. There are many SAP modules like material management, FICO, CRM, like that. But all SAP modules are not part of SAP NetWeaver platform. I mean, all SAP modules are not part of NetWeaver platform, but only few modules like enterprise portal, business warehousing, or business intelligence, and process integration. These are the list of modules that are part of SAP NetWeaver platform. You can see in this SAP NetWeaver platform, you can see on below there is a J2EE and ABAP. That means both the Java and other runtime environment should be available. Then only you will call it as a SAP NetWeaver platform. On top of this, the people integration, which deals with the enterprise portal module, information integration, which is deals with the business intelligence or business warehousing, and process integration, which is our SAP XI or SAP PI. This is just a diagram where SAP XI is an integration tool which acts as a single point of contact for integrating the third-party application or SAP application. That means if one system needs to communicate with other system, that communication should go through SAP PI server always. That's why in this diagram here SAP PI server is sitting in the middle, and all these applications will exchange data by using this SAP XI server or SAP PI server. These applications are this one we will call it as some what I can say,
firewall.
huh?
I told that it's called as a firewall.
No, what I told earlier, that is something like
Firewall.
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 Yeah, this is a firewall between these two networks. Okay, if you have any firewall, either it can communicate with that application by using the SAP XI server of that particular network, or it can directly communicate by using the XI server. But they need to open the firewall for this SAP XI server to parts. Left side is integration builder and right side is central monitoring. Again, this integration builder is divided into two parts: integration repository and integration directory. Integration directory is the place where we will define the structures for sender system and receiver system. When you are picking some data from the sender system, the data may belongs to employee data or customer data or invoice. Okay, when you are picking employee data, the data structure should contain a field: employee name, employee ID, address, etc., etc. So in integration repository, you are defining the structure, basically a structure. What is the data type that you are going to pick, whether it is a string or it is a integer or it is a date type, etc., etc. By using that type of analysis, you will define the structure for sender system, which is sending data, and receiver system, which is receiving the data. And once you will define the structure for sender system and receiver system, you may need to do some transformations on data. Maybe receiver system may not receive the same data as sender system is sending. Sometimes you may need to do some data manipulations. Such type of manipulations also you can do it in integration repository. In SAP PI server, for doing the transformation, you are having several facilities that were provided by the server. By make use of them, you can do the transformation between this sender data and receiver data. Again, integration directory. In this integration directory, you are generating the interfaces with the objects that you are already designed in the integration repository. You have already defined integration data structures in the integration repository and mappings also in integration repository. By using this, you are creating one interface in integration directory, which is the executable. So, finally, what I meant to say is integration directory is nothing but you are clubbing the objects that you are designed in integration repository to make an executable interface. Next, come to central monitoring, right side part. Once your interface starts working in central monitoring part, you can monitor the data. Whether data is going from sender system to receiver system as expected. If something is wrong, you can monitor and you can find it is wrong, where you can rectify it. This is the central monitoring. You can see beneath a system landscape directory. Now I am not going to give much details about system landscape directory, as we are just going through fundamentals of SAP PI. Simply what I can say is system landscape directory is the place where you will define sender system who is sending data and the receiver system who is receiving data. That means this is the place where you are creating the system which is exchanging the business data. This simple understanding is enough as of now. Okay, just go to next slide. Okay, this is few important points about SAP XI server, SAP XI RPA. SAP XI is not a single point, rather than it is a collection of components that will work together to make an interface work. That means SAP XI server is not a single component. It is having several other components like integration repository, integration directory, runtime workbench, system landscape directory, messaging system, adapter framework, etc., etc. All these components together will work to make the interface executable. XI server includes several components like system landscape directory. See here what is the definition given by SAP is a central repository of information about the software and system. System is nothing but a sender system and receiver system. Okay, repository and integration directories, which were already discussed in our previous slide. Integration server, a central processing engine of Excel. That means this is the central processing. This contains a central processing engine. All messages, either application to application or business to business. Okay. In next sessions, we will discuss what is A to A, what is B to B. Okay. As of now, either the application or interface is A to A or B to B. All these messages should be processed in integration server. The integration server provides the runtime environment for executing the interface. Central monitoring to give a comprehensive and focused view of all components processed at runtime. So in the central monitoring, you can monitor the interface. You can see one more component, adapt region. This is the Java environment, which mainly uses to pick data and to send data. This contains several adapters, file adapter, JDBC adapter, JMS adapter. These all adapters. Finally, these adapters used to pick data or to send data. Okay. This adapter region provides the runtime environment executing the adapters and their data. Come to next slide. Okay, now as I have already told you, SAP XI server exchanges the data in the form of XML format, that too SOAP XML format. This slide gives you a format of SAP XI message. See how the SAP XI message looks like. This contains SOAP header and SOAP body. SOAP header and SOAP body. SOAP header contains a message header, which is nothing but a sender detail. That means who is the sender, who is the receiver, whether the communication is asynchronous or synchronous, etc. etc. Okay, it will come to SOAP body. This is the actual payload, original XML message that you are exchanging between the systems. Payload, and optionally it may contain some attachments also. That means SAP header contains who is the sender, who is the receiver, whether the communication between sender and receiver is asynchronous or synchronous, and so body is nothing but a payload, which is the actual message that you need to exchange between the systems. Optionally, the SOAP body may contain attachments also. Attachment is again some more data. Come to slide. This is the front end screen where you will always start working in SAP XI server. Okay. See, integration builder. This is integration builder. Design and configuration. We were already discussed. This is the place where you will create your structure of the data, sender data and receiver data, and the transformation between sender data and receiver data. This is the place, integration directory, where you will club all your design objects to make an executable interface. System landscape directory, as I have already told you, this is the placeholder where you will create the software components and sender system and receiver system. Integration monitoring, this is the tool to monitor the data flow between sender system and the receiver system. Always you will start your work from this screen. Okay? It's a very familiar screen. Always you will start working from this screen. Okay? This I have already told you. Integration builder is a common tool framework for designing and configuration time activities, etc. etc. Just read these important points. And the last point you can see, because of client application or CAD clients, Java web start is required for working with the SAP XI server. That means CAD clients means when you are accessing the start in your desktop. Assume the server is somewhere in United States or UK or somewhere in Delhi. If you want to access the objects within that server, you need to have a Java web start in your local desktop or local laptop. Otherwise, it cannot read any data from the server. That's why we are calling it as a SAT client. Okay. In our previous slide, we were discussing design of in integration builder. We can design the objects. This is nothing but we are designing the objects with integration repository. We will call it as a data type because we are defining the data structure. So we are calling it as a data type in SAP PI. See, here I am defining the structure of data. I am going to pick some customer data from some folder. So I need to define the structure of that file. How the file looks like. The file may contain a field, customer name, which is a string. The minimum length of that customer name is 5 characters and the maximum length of that file customer name is 20 characters. If there is no customer name available in that file name, the default customer name is tone and gender. The next field I am defining is a customer ID, which is a string. Address again string. Like this, I am defining the structure of the data. I am defining the data. See, you can see here normally which type of data types we are familiar. String, character, date, time, like that. But in XML, we are having tens of data types. All these data types are XSD colon string, XSD colon integer, XSD colon boolean, XSD colon short. You can see a list of data types available here. By using any of these data types, you can define your field. Okay? But most often, people uses by default XSD colon string. So in such a way, I am defining the data type, I am defining the fields. If you, by using this graphical user interface, if you will define the data type, SAP server will automatically generate XML schema definition internally. See here, there is one tab. If you click on this tab, it will show you XSD definition that was generated by this structure. In the next slide, I will show you that. See, in this slide, when I click on this XSD tab, in this type definition, just now we have defined our field. When I click on XSD tab, it will show you auto-generated XSD. So, server was generated this program automatically, XSD automatically based on the fields that you were defined. Okay? You just, this is just for knowledge purpose. Okay? You will never deal with this program. You will never look into this tab, first of all. Okay? This is how the server will automatically generate based on the field that you defined. Go to next slide. Assume this is the structure for sender system from where I am picking some data. In a similar way, I need to define the structure for receiver system also. Okay? So I need to have two structures. One is for sender system, other is for receiver system. Once I will define two structures, you may need to do transformation between these two structures. Let's go here and see. This is mapping. This is sender structure. This is receiver structure. I am doing some transformation between these structures. See, to define the transformation, to define the mapping, to make some alterations on this data, SAP has provided a graphical user interface. You don't need to write any have and or condition not equal. Here you can see, right, all these text functions, substring, concatenation, equals, index of, many functions. If you go to arithmetic, you can see add, subtract, etc., etc. Date functions, constants, boolean. You are having all ready-made functions that were provided by SAP. You don't need to write any program. Drag and drag and link them, link the fields. That's all. Data will automatically transform based on the rules that you will define by using the standard functions. Still, SAP has given you alternative to write program. Sometimes there you may need to define a large transformation rules. See, when I am defining a simple rule, it was occupied lot of space. I have defined a simple rule. If qualifier is equal to 001, IDTNR value to material fields. For this simple rule, it is showing a big graphical flow. For example, if I am having 10 such type of rules, how much this graphical flow it will become. That's why SAP has given a alternative to write some programs also. By using Java program, you can define the transformations. Here I have highlighted some red by using the red color. If you click on this one, it will open some editor where you can write Java program to do the transformations. Go to next slide. Okay. Once you will create the mapping between sender system and receiver system, you can see here. Here you can select the program. This is the sender structure. This is the receiver structure. This is the program you created, mapping program that you created for doing the transformation between the sender to receiver. Okay. Either you can use the Java, standard mapping program, or Java program, or XSLT program, anything. If you are creating a mapping program by using standard graphical, you can simply select the message mapping, this one. If you have already written some Java program to do the transformation, here you select Java class and you select your program. Assume you have written some XSLT program to do the transformation between sender data to receiver system. You select XSL so that your XSLT program will appear here. So you have alternative for doing the transformation, either standard graphical, or you can write Java program or XSLT program, and even you can write ABAP program also. So it depends on a developer knowledge. The developer can write his own program. If the developer having Java knowledge, he can write Java. If the developer having ABAP knowledge, he can write ABAP program. Otherwise, you can simply use a standard graphical model like this. Standard graphical model. You don't need to write any program at all. Go to next slide. Okay, that is about defining the structure and defining the transformation and mapping between the sender structure and receiver structure. Okay, how we will receive the sender data into PI server, or how we will send a data from PI server to receiver system. This slide will give you idea. SAP server has provided several adapters like file adapter, JDBC adapter, JMS, mail, RFC, IDOC to pick the data and to send the data. Okay. This first section show you application adapter. Application adapters are nothing but the adapter used to exchange data between SAP systems. Only SAP systems. Either that SAP system may be CRM or SAP SD or SAP CRM or SAP BW or anything. The application adapter is nothing but an adapter which is used to exchange data between only SAP applications. So, for exchanging data between SAP non-SAP applications. These applications are nothing: a file adapter, JDBC adapter, JMS adapter, HTTP adapter, mail adapter, SOAP adapter, and SAP business connector adapter. This section of adapter, see, the file adapter is used to pick the data from some folder or send it from PI server to some folder in receiver system. So the file adapter used to pick the file or to send the file from and to systems. A JDBC adapter. A JDBC adapter used to read data or to insert data into some database table. The database may be Oracle or SQL or DB2, any. So the JDBC adapter deals with some tables. JMS adapter. The JMS adapter is used to read and send data to queues. There is one concept, queue, where the data will be available in queue, from where you can pick the data from that queue and send it to other queue again. There are several queues: JMS queue, Spirium queue. In next sessions we will understand what is much more about this. The next adapter is HTTP adapter. This HTTP adapter is used to exchange data between HTTP applications and HTTP servers. The next adapter, mail adapter. This is used to exchange data between mails. Assume I want to pick data from your mailbox. I can read your mail from your mailbox and I can send it to receiver mailbox also. This is mail adapter. SOAP adapter, which is used to exchange data between web services. SAP PC adapter. This is old, very old adapter. This is not available now. Okay. These are technical adapters. There are some industry standard adapters also. Industry standard adapters means the industry specific adapters. Assume I am having paper industry, I am having chemical industry, I am having some electronic industry. For such type of adapters, some third parties but developers their own adapters. These are industry standard adapters. CADX, some chemical. This is for chemical industry. RNF, this is stands for Rosetta Net adapter, which is used to exchange data between Rosetta Net enabling systems, Rosetta Net compliance systems. Okay, we will discuss much more in our later sessions. See, this is one sample adapter configuration, how it looks like. For example, if I am using a file adapter to pick the file from some folder, when I select a file adapter, here you can see adapter type, I am using a file here. How the configuration looks like. See, transport protocol, this is one field, a file transport protocol. Message protocol, a file, because we are dealing with file. Adapter engine, this adapter engine is available in integration server. This is actual configuration. See, this from where this file adapter is going to pick the data from this directory. What is the file name from this directory I am going to pick? The file name looks like this: send meter readings underscore kw35 star.dat. The file looks like this. Okay. Again, what is the file server host name? This is the one. What is the file server port? 21. Data connection, active or passive. We will discuss these things later. Timeout, 120. Connection security, no connection security. Here, the username and password that I am going to use for picking the file. This is the username and passwords. Okay. So, what it looks like? We are giving the folder name, the file name, the host name of FTP server, port, username, password, everything. By using this configuration, file adapter will log into this FTP server. By using this username and password, it will check whether this file name is available in this folder. Come to next slide. Till now we discussed about the source seconds, this file adapter will log into FTP server to check whether any files are available to take. This is 120. So for every 120 seconds, this file adapter will log into the FTP server. It will check in the folder whether the file is available or not. Processing mode, archive. After picking the file, I am going to archive that file for the backup purpose. This is the archive directory. So this is the typical file adapter configuration. Okay, go to next slide. Okay, for example, I have created a connection by using the file adapter. The SAP PI server is given and a tool to control this connection. You can stop that adapter connection or you can start this adapter connection. How we have configured our adapter now? We have configured to log in for every 120 seconds. But I don't want like this. I want to connect daily one time or weekly or monthly. So you can schedule that type of features also available. Either you can make your adapter to log into FTP server for every 120 seconds. Otherwise, schedule your adapter to log into that FTP server every day only at once at particular time or weekly once, either that may be on Sunday or Saturday or monthly also. That type of features also available. Okay, this is nothing but a few points about the runtime environment. Once the adapter picks the data, I can trace that data, whether that data is successfully reached to receiver system or not. That means it will be through the runtime workbench. I can monitor the message flow and I can analyze the errors. Even I can monitor performance of that message also. At what time the message got picked up, at what time the message has been sent to receiver system, how much time it took for picking and to sending, how much time it was processed within the PI server, what is the size of the message, etc. etc. You can get this type of statistics also in runtime workbench. In the runtime workbench, you can see here this runtime workbench supports a communication of type asynchronous and synchronous. In asynchronous, there are two mechanisms: a retry mechanism and acknowledgement supports. A retry mechanism is nothing but the message fails, maybe because of the network issue or something. The retry mechanism will automatically retry to send the same data again to receiver system. So because of the network fluctuations, if the connection is closed, PI server will take care of such type of thing and it will retry automatically. Again, in asynchronous, the acknowledgement supports. That means asynchronous is nothing but there is no response, but asynchronous still supports the acknowledgement. When PI server sends some data to receiver system, and receiver system can send you an acknowledgement but not the response. We will discuss in the next sessions what is the main difference between response and the acknowledgement. Again, error handling. In error handling, we can generate some alert mails upon the failures and send it to the user, so that user can come to know the message is failed and he can log in and he can look into the server and he can troubleshoot the failure. See, in synchronous, errors will be sent back to sender. Synchronous means when the sender system sends some data to PA server, immediately he will get the response back. If he will not get response, the error will be sent back. That is the synchronous. At least either he will get the response or he will get the error. In asynchronous, errors may integration server screen where you can monitor the system. See, it is having some fields, service, interface name. This is the sender, this is the receiver. You can filter the messages by providing any of these fields. Assume the sender system is something Microsoft. Microsoft is sending some data to some Oracle. So the sender service, if you put here Microsoft and if you click on this execute button, it will list out all the messages that are exchanged between Microsoft system to receiver Oracle system. You can see how many of these messages failed, how many messages of these are success, etc., etc. So this is typically a monitoring tool. Okay, yeah. These are list of points. You can read this. This is catchy and Excel performance. A catchy is nothing but SAP PI server will read the interface information into application server and it will reuse that information. Every time the interface is executing, it no need to read the interface related data from the database. Rather than the server is already read this interface data to application server and it's stored. Whenever the interface executes, simply it will read from the application server catchy. So hence the performance of the interface will increase. Go to next slide. This is one alert. For example, if the message that so receiver system is failed, the server will automatically generate, depends on your configuration, and it will send mail to user's mail. Here you can see something error code mapping.exception during runtime. That means some message has been failed because of the mapping transformation. So upon receiving this mail, the support person or the developer can log into the server and he can see what is the reason for failure of the message. So you configure the server to generate the alerts whenever the message fails in the server. Okay, this is end of the session.